You see, the toilet in the stall next to him was clogged and overflowing into his stall. He couldn't stand up. He couldn't escape. He was trapped, they say, in every sense of the word. So he pulled out his phone and started recording and yelling for help. As he did, he warned those entering that someone had blown up the toilet next to his, with his legs straight out in front of him. To avoid getting his shoes wet, he confirmed that yes, there was indeed dookie in the water that was running all over the bathroom floor. The employees who entered and were assessing the situation noticed the S all over the floor and eventually provided the trucker with plastic bags to cover his shoes. They were also able to provide him with a small trash can to place his feet on until he was ready to attempt his escape. The video has over 1 million views. It is captioned, "It's never a dull day as a trucker." And it's never a dull day as a trucker, also a pilot employee either, as there is another video from the perspective of the employees entering the bathroom. In the far less, as they say, popular clip, one of the employees announces, "I quit," after taking a look at the damage the stopped-up toilet did to the bathroom. Damn. Yeah. They said, quote, "They are not paying me enough to clean up this kind of damage." Our question, how did a toilet save or ruin the day? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Tom. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
Hey, I work in the second floor, it's a two-story building. I work on the second floor right above a bank. About 5 years ago, I was really behind at work, so I go in 7 o'clock on a Sunday morning to work on the computer. I'm the only one in the building. I'm working hard, and at 11 o'clock, I say, okay, that's enough. I'm going home. No, I've got to stay for one more hour. So I got up. I walked up and down the hall and went back and worked. Now, my office is directly across the hall from the men's and women's restroom. So I go back. It's 11:02. I work, and at the stroke of 12, I get up and leave. Walk to the front of the office, and there's water coming under the door. And I didn't know what to do. So I walked out there. The water in the hall was up over my shoes.
Jesus.
Turns out in the women's room on the second floor restroom, the supply line to the toilet had spontaneously broke right where it hooks onto the flush box. And it was just running, and it was broken off. It was waving around, so I went in there and shut it off. Got pretty wet in the process. And then I heard something, so I ran downstairs and saw that it was raining inside the bank.
Oh God!
But had I not been there, this would have gone on till 8 o'clock Monday morning.
Now, was there poop in this water, or was it just water?
No, it was just water. It was the water coming out of the wall, to fill the toilet up.
So what do you do? Do you call your boss and say, "Hey, man, here's the situation. You need to let the bank know," or what?
Well, what I did is I called my wife, who knew the bank manager in passing and knew how to get a hold of her. So she called her, and she came to the bank and was not a happy cowboy.
Well, there's not much you can do at that point other than call, a plumber.
But you still have to be there.
Yeah.
That's the crappy part.
Well, yeah, and they called a restoration company to come and dry it out. But if I had not been there Monday morning, it would have been a disaster.
It would have been hilarious too. I mean, but
but the thing is you don't know what's going on behind those walls. So you don't know.
Exactly. You have no idea.
Yeah, I've been down to Local 32 a couple times, and that's where they train plumbers and all those things for years to do all their stuff. But in those rooms, all the walls are see-through, and all the pipes are clear too. And it's really? It's fascinating to watch. When you flush a toilet, what happens, and you can see it.
What kind of happens? Like how many different pipes does it go to before it kind of disappears?
That's what I'm saying. The water coming in, the water going out, like on everything, whether it's your sink, whether it's your toilet. You have to be able to see it to kind of figure out and assess, what's going on with the situation. But I was in there, I'm like, this is crazy cool. You mean this is what happens when I poop and flush the toilet? This is insane.
But
you could see like everything kind of happening.
You just think about it as like one drink.
Yeah,
Right.
I just thought it was wild. It's like you started a roller coaster ride with
Yeah.
one flush. Seriously. And there it goes. Wow. It's like you could raft it. How did a toilet save or ruin the day? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Sabra. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola. So I just wanted to follow up. I used to work at a hotel. So after hearing Ted's bit about Vegas, there was one scenario that I worked where we had a client that, or customer, guest, whatever, I don't know. Anyway, they clogged the toilet and it started overflowing, but they didn't tell anybody. And so they checked out and left.
Oh,
All
no.
right. Well, obviously, you know who the guest is.
Yeah.
So
So the worst part about it was that it started seeping into the roof in the hotel room below them.
Now, do you reach out to this person that has checked out and say, hey, man, you blocked the toilet, you know damn well you did? Or is it something you guys just have to let go?
No, I'm pretty sure that we find them.
all right, yeah, you got to let it go.
What is
like
what is
frozen.
the fine, or is the fine commensurate with the amount of damage?
I actually don't know that dividend.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, pro tip to anybody: if you're staying in a hotel room with someone you're starting to date for the first time, or you have family and all that stuff, man, the hotel lobby bathroom
Every
is
time.
your friend. If
If
you
you're just with your buddies.
yeah, if you just
know.
need to go and destroy that thing, man,
It's bigger,
It's always open, There's
ventilated.
Very rarely, because everyone's got a bathroom in the room. So the last thing I think about is using the one in the lobby. It's always clean. You never have to worry about a thing. It's
If I have to
peaceful,
poop,
it's
that's
quiet.
the first place I think of. Like, so one, there's
Yeah.
a fan that's automatically running just because you
Right.
open the, like, everything you want in a bathroom and you have to poop, that's the bathroom
Yeah.
that has it. And
Right.
no one gets upset.
No, that's where you go.
Absolutely.
How did a toilet save or ruin the day? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Joshua. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola!
Hola.
So about 2 years ago during Christmas time, long story short, I was constipated from before Christmas until after New Year's.
What
It's been like
caused
11
that?
days of holiday eating.
Is that specifically what caused all that? Just the eating?
No, I just always have had a hard time pooping.
Okay.
All right.
Fair enough.
So it's been like 11 days of holiday eating, and I get concerned. So I've been taking Miralax for a couple days, nothing. I took another laxative for a couple days. That didn't help. So I went to the doctor concerned, like, hey, it's been, at this point, like 10 days of not going to the bathroom. So he...
On the 12th day of Christmas.
Yeah, so he gave me the juice they give you before a colonoscopy.
I was going to say, man, they should sell that like over the counter. You should be able to go to a Rite Aid and buy that.
Yeah, so he gave it to me. He's like, hey, just heads up, this activates pretty quickly. Be close to a bathroom when you drink it. So I drank it all down and still, like, nothing. So I went to work the next day, and I'm an electrician, so I was up on a scissor lift, like, way up in the air. And then it was like, oh, like, it's happening, like, right now. So my, like, whole body starts sweating. I, like, start, like, can't being able to breathe. So I'm, like, waiting for this scissor lift to get down, just panicking, and go to the bathroom and finally relieve myself. And I was in there pooping for, like, a half an hour nonstop.
And does it look like 11 days worth of poop?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And as soon as you think you're done, you get up when even before you do the colonoscopy thing. That's the worst part of that process is the day before and the prep. As soon as you think you're done, you're not. So you'll stand up, you'll flush, you're go wash your hands, get ready to walk out and go, oh man, and you got to just turn around right then and start the whole process over again.
That's one of the more annoying things that's happened to me maybe twice in the last year, where going to the bathroom just to take a leak, all right? As I'm washing my hands, and there's other people in the bathroom, so as everyone perceives that you were done, that was my belief. And then as I'm washing my hands, I'm like, I gotta poop. And so it's just this weird thing where, you see people giving you the look out of the corner of their eye, like, what is this guy doing? And then I have to go into a stall and lay it down. And it's like, I want to like yell from the stall, I know what you're thinking. Why didn't I do it all at once? Well, my body refused to coordinate this. That's all. Or I've done the thing where I pooped. Get up, wash my hands. I'm like, no, I got to pee. And it only seems to happen if there's someone else in the bathroom. And I'm like,
with you.
I'm not trying to be weird, man. That's just how my body set this up. 99% of the time, both of these things happen at once, right? Like a normal human being. But like, I'm washing my hands. I'm like, I got to pee bad. And I just wish I could hold it long enough to let these people leave the bathroom so I don't look so weird. But it's like,
Yep.
all right, here we go.
Yeah, or sometimes, like, even though you've gone poo, like, you're kind of like, I'm going to wait to leave the house for another 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, something doesn't seem right. Like it's done for now, but...
For now.
Like, yeah.
How did a toilet saver ruin the day? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Nick. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So this was back in college. I must have been I was probably junior, senior year. I was president of our fraternity, and I got to set the stage. It's Halloween week, big party week. And our fraternity, a little bit different than others, had our party room on the third floor. We had a basement, and about 8 o'clock on a Friday evening, I get a call from some guy at my house. He goes, "Hey, I've got bad news. I've got water backing up in the basement. Seems like we've got sewage coming out." And I go, "Oh, shit. Okay."
Oh, hang on.
Hold on.
It's an appropriate word, all things being
Once again, bedroom colors, here are the 7 words you can't say on the radio. Sucker, mother, and please keep those words in mind when calling. Now, back to the program.
All right, Nick, we know you got brown words on the mind. We just can't say them.
Apologies, friends. Anyway, so the guy calls me. I go, "Oh, shoot, what are we going to do?" So he goes, "It's getting pretty bad." So I call a restoration company, and they come out, and he goes, "Well, I've got bad news for you." He goes, "Whatever I do is going to take about 2 hours, so you can either keep going with the party, or, we can shut it down now." And I look at the guys in my house, and I say, "Well, we can't close the party. It's Friday night of Halloween, so we're just going to have to keep going." So the entire evening, we just, blocked off the basement. But every single time that, a urinal got flushed, toilet got flushed, just more and more water
Oh, no.
backed up.
You probably have
So
100
finally
people.
we
You probably have 100 people in that party.
Oh, yeah. It was absolutely awful. So we're putting sandbags to try to, direct the water that's down there to just, head to the lowest point. So thankfully, we actually had a boiler room down in the basement, and everything was kind of up on stilts in case, there was a water break or whatever. So it did actually naturally go into that room. Well, in the morning, we called the guy to come back, and he shows up with his 300-gallon, sump pump, to pull it out. Well, he ended up pulling 900 gallons of water and, just everything that came out of those toilets from the night. And he said that was about the worst he'd ever seen.
So does the national chapter, do they pick up the bill on that? Like who pays for that?
Oh, no, they were pissed. We were supposedly a dry fraternity, and, we didn't abide by those rules. And
Come
they
on.
just looked at us and they said, "Well, it looks like you get to file an insurance claim."
Yeah.
A dry fraternity. Look, I know they quote unquote exist, but I do not believe that.
Maybe at
No,
BYU.
it's
Something,
the
yeah.
turn of a blind eye. You look the other way and you just...
Even BYU, I'd be like, you're at least moist.
Yeah. Look,
You might not be deep wet, brother, but
my
Come on.
daughter stayed in a quote dry housing facility her first year of college.
yeah, in college.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's,
Come on.
No.
I mean, look, I'm not saying
it was based on religious purposes, all right?
sure.
But I mean that does not mean that
I mean anything. I mean, listen, I'm sure they exist. I just don't believe you when you say it. That's all. So even if you're telling me the truth, like, dude, seriously, like, we do not drink. If you're dead honest, I'm still like, keep telling yourself that, man. All right. I just don't believe. When you say college, fraternity, and dry, I'm like, look, those words don't even make sense in my head.
Why would you get involved in a fraternity?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, what? Really? Does that network? Yeah, but before you network, you get drunk, right? Yeah. So I know they exist. I just don't believe it.
How did a toilet saver ruin the day? 206-803-ROCK.
And then if you did prove it, and it's like, hey, we are legitimately dry, I'm like, why?
The whole
This
idea
is the time,
the
man.
whole
I was gonna say,
idea
right.
is to
How?
invite
You're at a fraternity.
a sorority over for a party. That's the entire point.
Yeah. Alcohol's cool. This is when you do keg stands and no one says it's immature. Like, don't miss out on the good times, man. Come on. Hello, Steve. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bichola.
Hola.
So I'm in the Army stationed in Germany. It's a Friday night, and we're all getting our drunk on, getting ready to head down to the Hard Rock Cafe. in Bad Kreuznach, Germany, when the CQ comes up and starts telling us that there's S all those tree floors. The sewer's backed up, and there's just S everywhere. And I remember going on to look at it. It was one of those, open the door. Oh, no. No, that's bad. And so it was like, well, whose turn is it to do the latrine this week? It's first platoon's week, Sergeant. And thank God I was in third platoon. Third platoon was like, I'll never forget, we were walking down the stairs, leaving the building, and watching the guys in first platoon in their gas masks, because you wear your gas mask in the Army, going in to clean up that mess. And I was so grateful that it wasn't our week for the latrine, because that was a horror show.
How long did it take them to clean it up?
Well, they said it took them about 2-3 hours to get it to, because like the CQ, the charge of quarters, had to inspect it to let them go, and they didn't show up down at the hard work till probably 11 or something like that. We got off at 5, so yeah, it took them a while, and then to get it cleaned up. And yeah, I was so grateful that I was in the third platoon, and that week we only had the stairs and the common areas to do. Other than that, yeah, good times.
Yeah, sounds that way.
Like, why would you even go down?
They don't put that on the
though?
Commercial. Army, Navy,
Air Force, Marines.
So
you might have to clean a ton of S.
How did a toilet save or ruin the day? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Sherry. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Hola.
Doing well, Sherry. Thank you.
Hola. This is your friend 811 Sherry.
811 Sherry.
Oh, hey, Sherry.
And I was actually on a job site, and I had to use the honey bucket, and it was like first thing in the morning. And I went in, and I usually always take something with me because I have been caught without any paperwork before, but not this time. I went ducking in there, and then I realized there wasn't any toilet paper. And so I tried to figure out what I was going to do. I went through all of my pockets. I called the contractor that had actually called me because I couldn't get anybody's attention outside. So I called him and I said, hey, I'm in the honey bucket and there's no toilet paper. So he sends over a guy, and, we do the discreet open the door, and he hands it in, and I was horribly, horribly embarrassed. Got all done with the paperwork and stood up to close the lid, and there was a roll of toilet paper behind the lid.
Yeah. I always think about that, man. There's a couple road construction crews right now. There's one in Ballard I saw the other day down near Salmon Bay, and they're doing something in the row, but they've got a truck, and there's a honey bucket in the back of it.
Yeah.
But everyone's working around that truck. Like, there are 9-10 people. There's, people holding signs, flaggers, and all that crap. I mean, but you're right there. Like, you'd have to physically get up in that truck. I mean, audible as hell, to do your business.
Depending what you're doing, sure.
But everyone's right there. Like, you're basically just like, I don't know, you're like 5 feet away from someone who's working on the road outside.
And they can hear everything.
And you're also in the middle of the street. You're taking a dump in the back of a truck in the middle of the street. It's like,
I mean, that's kind of like, but porta potties.
It's there because you need it. Like,
correct.
No one goes in there and says, you know what, my life's dream is coming true. It's like, we understand what we were walking through at San Francisco, right?
Oh, we got into one.
We had to go to the bathroom. Like 3 or 4 of us did. There's maybe 5 or 6 of us walking around. And just where we are, it's completely residential. There are no businesses around to even do that. It's like, oh, man, but there's the honey bucket. And I believe it was
and a lot of the contractors keep the key on the top. So if you know that, you can feel up there.
Well, they should lock them in a lot of neighborhoods because junkies get in there and everything else.
No, you're right. I get it. But in this case, like, man, I am not here to shoot smack. I'm here to lay it down. And we finally got into this honey bucket. But I mean, we formed our own line to use this thing. It was like a godsend.
How did a toilet save or ruin the day?